Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. Well, we got a doozy for you today. I got to tell you, my goodness, typically when we get out there go hunting, we see a lot of Craftsman and we see all kinds of different brands and such like that. But it just seems like as of late, the tool truck brands have been falling out of the sky and landing in my lap. I don't even know what's going on. It's crazy, right? Well, today we're going to bring some Snap-on, some Mac, some Matco, some Cornwell. We're going to bring you, I think that's probably all I have. We'll just have to look around and see. But man, they're starting to pile up on my toolbox tops. And so I thought, well, you know what? I better shoot this video, get them off the tops, and that way I can get them in the drawers and be done. Well, I hope you like what we brought to the table. And without further delay, are you ready? Let's get the camera turned around and let's check it out and let's see what we found. All right, here we go. All right, so let's start off with the very first one. I was at an estate sale with a couple guys, and you know, this one's kind of an interesting story. I went through and picked up a bunch of stuff, and as I did, we all got to comparing what we picked up, and then after that, we just thought, well, hey, why don't we kind of go through and kind of trade some of this before we even got out of there. Well, the first brand, as you can see here, is Matco. And so we picked up this little 1/4-inch ratchet, and so there was inside this little tiny kits. So I have this little ratchet that kind of goes and sets the theme there. So along with Matco, we also have this swivel socket here. I think it's a spark plug socket, yep. And so it's a swivel spark plug socket, 13/16. And so that's kind of cool. Well, along with that, it didn't come with the rail, but it came with all the sockets here. You can see that we got some 1/4-inch sockets that are here. And so if we pull this first one out, we won't go through them all because we got so much, but this is a 14 mil. And so we have that, and then it comes all the way down as far as the deeps, let's see here, into a 6. So we don't have them all, I don't think. So well, actually it goes 14 and then it goes 12. So we do have a skip there. This looks like it's probably 10 or 11. Yeah, it's 11. And then as we pull out the next one here, I said I wasn't going to go through them, but now my curiosity's got me. So we got 9, 8, 7, 6. So that's probably the consecutive order there. We got some shallows that are here. We got some extensions, as you can see, that I put on this rail. So a couple little 2-inch extensions. We got a little swivel socket, a couple 6 inches, I believe here. So that's part of the haul. Let me see if I can get this kind of scooted around just a little bit. And so that would be one. And then as we get going, we also came up with another set of Matco. And so as we look at these are SAE, I believe. And so same thing, deep well, some shallows. It wasn't complete all the way, but as we get going, this is 9/16, and then probably 1/2 inch, I would imagine. Yeah, 1/2 inch. And then I would think 7/16, 3/8, and then this one is probably 11 32nds. And so as we go down, and then we have some shallows. And so this one is more complete than the other one, but this is what we got in the Matco series. And so how about that? What do you think about that? Man. And so incidentally, I believe these were $15 and $15. One of them came with the ratchet, and so that's what we had there. Each one of them came with the little spinner driver here. And so as you can see, 1/4-inch. And so, wow, check that out. That's kind of cool, right? And so we love that. So I'll put that just right there, kind of hold it in place if I can. There we go. And so that's what we got for $30 at an estate sale. So that's what it came out to be there. Man, what do you think about that? That's not bad, right? I don't think. And so it's not complete all the way, or at least the SAE is more complete than the metric, but still, it's kind of a nice start to the Matco drawer that we're getting ready to put together here, or that we are putting together. All right, let me grab another one. Let's look at some Cornwell real quick. Let me go grab that. I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. Check this out. So it didn't come with this tray, but I was trying to get it all organized to see what I have. I happen to have this extra tray laying around, but check these out. Another 1/4 inch set in a Cornwell, and so it looks pretty complete on the 1/4 inch as far as sizes on down. And then we also have the deep well set on 1/4 inch. My goodness, that's cool. We got a couple 3/8 inch drives right over here. This one looks like it's more of a impact type socket, 3/8 inch. And so I could be wrong on that, but I'm thinking that's what that is. It does come with one, let's see here. This is going to be 3/8 inch. And so 3/8 inch drive at that. And so we have that. We got a couple other smalls back here as well. And then from there, it came with one deep Cornwell socket that's here. And so let's see what we have. So turn it around a little bit. So this is a 1 1/4 inch Cornwell chrome. And so 3/8 inch drive, I believe. And so, no, 1/2 inch drive. Sorry about that, 1/2 inch drive. And so we got a couple of shallows as well. We got one impact, one extension. And then this one I picked up along the way somewhere else. It wasn't with this bundle, I don't believe. But as we went through, it's kind of a vintage Cornwell 1/2 inch drive swivel socket. And so there's that. And then inside this bundle, incidentally, with Cornwell, we actually picked up this 1 1/4 inch here. And so now this one's an older Cornwell because it's not 3/8 and it's not 1/2 inch. It's actually a 5/8 inch drive. And so, wow, check that out. And so, because if you look at it here, this is a 1/2 inch socket here, and it doesn't fit in that. And then as we go through and we look at a 3/4 inch, let me grab that real quick. We can see that the 3/4 inch isn't going to fit it either. So I'll grab this socket here. So this is 3/4, and so it doesn't fit the 1/2 inch. It doesn't fit the 3/4. It's a 5/8 inch. How often do we run across that, right? And so that is killer good, I think. That's awesome. And so it's an impact at that 6 point. And man, look how clean that thing is. It cleaned up real nice, right? And so we have that. I'll put this one back over here. And so that's what we got on our Cornwell. Now, incidentally, remember $15, all of the Cornwell, including this, which is an impact driver. I got all of the Cornwell for 25 bucks. Man, how's about that? That's not bad, is it? Right? I don't know. You put it in the comments. You tell me what you think. And so we got this Cornwell here. So I'm going to put this right over here. And that's what we have so far. Wow. All right. Well, that's what I got on Matco. That's what I got on Cornwell. Oh, wait a minute. I got a few more pieces included in the $25, incidentally. So we picked up this Cornwell wrench, but it's been bent. Boy, they've been cranking on this bad boy. But nevertheless, it came with it. And so that's what we have there as far as one wrench. This one is kind of bent as well. So I believe anyways, but it's an older Cornwell. And so, man, how cool is that, right? So got a couple vintage Cornwells that way. We do have another extension that's Cornwell. And so as we're looking at it here, we can see as we get going, oops, sorry, bumped the camera there. As we get going, we can see that we have a pretty nice, it looks like probably a 10-inch extension or something of that sort there. All right, so there's that. Got a couple more pieces. So we also have this Cornwell, and so SW47B, and so you can see that it has a socket box in on that side, and so maybe some kind of distributor extension that way. And then we have a 1/4 inch nut driver here, or 1/4 inch spinner handle. And man, look how clean that thing is. It's like brand new, isn't it? Wow, look at that. All the way around. This sucker has never been used or very lightly. And so this was all included for 25 bucks. Everything on the blue tray, $25. Man, and including this. All right, what do you think about that one? That's not bad, is it? Oh my goodness, I'm thinking that's pretty good. All right, let's see here. I think we scored some Mac. So let me go grab the Mac selection that we scored. Just some random pieces. Well, let me show you what we got, and then I'll be right back. All right, so let's start looking at a couple pieces. Let's start seeing what we have here. And so let's start off with some 1/4 inch stuff. Let me see what I can do to kind of straighten these out real quick like and kind of give you an idea of what we found. So in regards to the 1/4 inch line, I didn't find a ton that way, but we did find some. So let me show you. I have this first up is this little tiny 13 millimeter 1/4 inch 6-point socket. And so that would be one that we have there. The rest of them are going to be deeps. And so as we go through and look at the Mac here, as we're looking at this, it's going to be a 10 millimeter. So we have that one there. And then this one, I got to keep turning them around. I keep forgetting. So this one is going to be an 11. So we have 10 and 11. And then let's see here. This one is going to be a 12. Yep. So we have 10, 11, 12. So that's awesome. And then as we go through, we have 14. So we do have one skip. So we have 10, 11, 12, and then 14. So that's what we have on Mac on that. And then in regards to some 3/8 inch drive, let's look and see what we have here. Got some random pieces as well. But let's kind of look at some of these. So this one's another Mac. And so as we go through and look at this, is a 3/8 inch, 3/8 inch drive at that. And so we have that one. And then we also have 1/2 inch and another shallow. Let's see here, we have 9/16. And then we have 3 deeps that I can see right out of the gate here. So, so this is kind of a mid deep, I think. And so this is a 1/2 inch. And then this one is probably looks a little smaller, 7/16. And then this one here is a 1/2 inch as well. So we've got 2 1/2 inch and one 7/16. In regards to 3/8, let me see what else I have here. So this is what I got in 3/8 inch drive. And so put those off to the side there just a little bit. In fact, let me try to put them in order here. So with this Mac socket, it looks like 9/16. So we have that one. I'll lay that right there. It looks like the next size up is going to be this one here. And it's going to be 5/8. And then the next size up, it looks from just the outside appearance, 11/16. And so here we are there. And then let's see here, we have a 3/4 inch drive. And so you can tell the condition of these. And so I tell you what, I was at a sale and I struck up a conversation with the guy, looked through some of the other tools, and he went and let me pick through these. And so as we went through, he opened up his little Craftsman box and said, hey, you can take a look at these if you want to. And I said, sure. And I did. And boy, I got to tell you, I was pretty excited. So here's a 7/8, 3/8 inch drive again. So remember, all of these are going to be 3/8 inch drive. And the last 3/8 inch drive I have is 15/16. So that's what I have, 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch drive. Now let's look at some of these ones that are 1/2 inch drive. And let's see what we scored this way. So let me see if I can get some of these. Now, I think some of these are going to be metric and some of these are going to be SAE. So let's see, we'll just kind of thumb through them. So this is a 1/2 inch and also a 1/2 inch drive. And so I'm running out of room here, but let's just see if we can just kind of put them in place here. And then this one's going to be metric. And so this one is going to be, let's see if we thumb around, 11. So we're going to put that 11 just like right there. And then we have 7/16. So we're going to slide that one behind it because that's going to be the SAE row. And so this is another metric. And so this is 12. So now we have 11 and 12 in each one. And then another metric. And this one is going to be 13. So we'll put that right there. Hopefully I don't knock all this stuff over. And then as we get going, this is a 14. So that's cool. Let's see here, grab a couple other ones that are kind of close in size. So let's look. And so this one here is going to be 9/16. And so we'll grab that just right over here. And then this one looks like it's another metric. And so the 15 millimeter. So we'll put that right there. Looks like another SAE, or no, actually this one's metric right here. And so 16, and so we'll put that just right there. And then we'll keep going down the road here. I got a few more sockets on the Mac section. And so with Mac, on this one here is 11/16. So we're gonna add that just right there. And then this one here is gonna be 5/8. So we're gonna put that right there. Actually, it goes in reverse, but they're too tight, so I'm not gonna go and straighten them out right now. And so this one here is 3/4. And so we're gonna put that just about as good as we can get it right there. And then we got a couple more, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sockets. So this one is a 18 mil. So we're gonna put that just right in this area here. And then 19 millimeters. So we got another one there. Man, that's nice, right? That's shaping up to be pretty good. And then we got a couple more here. And then this one here is going to be a 13/16. So we'll put that hopefully right in this area. See if we can squeeze all this together right here. I'm getting close to the edge of my toolbox here. And so this one here is a 15/16. So we'll slip that just right over here. And then let's see, we got two more, two larger sockets, 1 1/8. And then this one is going to be 1 inch, it looks like. So, wow, check that out. Man, so sorry about that. So check that out. We got several of these. And so let me kind of scoot the camera over just a little bit. And so this is what we have. So this is all this Mac sockets. Oh, and I have two more, I guess. So this is spark plug socket, 5/8 inch drive. I believe it's a Mac. Yeah, it's another Mac. So we'll put that just right over here. And then we got this reducer or extension here that goes from 1/2 inch to 3/8. And so we have that one. And then the last two pieces of Mac that we were able to score are these little tiny pliers. And so we have these duckbill pliers, the little flat ends. And so how cool is that, right? And so that is nice. And so we scored those. We'll put that just right over here. And then we have some bent needle nose right over here on this side. And those are going to be with the angle on it. And this is going to be another Mac. And so, wow. All right, so that's what we got in regards to Mac. Now, for all of this Mac that you see right here, I paid $64. And then I also got a couple other wrenches and some other things that are not Mac related. But for the total package, it was $64. I don't know about you, but man, goodness, that SAE set in the back is pretty nice. A pretty extensive set. We even got some metric going on and these were the 1/2 inch back here. Well, actually, they probably go here. And then these were the 3/8 inch drive. So 3/8 inch drive, we got a little bit. But on this SAE side, my goodness, look at that. We got a pretty nice set. We got a partial set of those in metric, but $64, including the pliers and everything else that we have. Wow, what do you think about that? That's not bad, is it? So far we got Matco, $30. We got Cornwell, $25. Mac for $64. Okay, well, I think the next set that we have that we wanted to kind of show you, I think that's all of the tool truck brands that I have except for Snap-on. And so let me go through and get this cleared out, and let me throw the Snap-on on here because I don't know that we're going to be able to do it all. In fact, maybe I'll just scoot the camera over just a little bit and let's see what we can do in that regard. Or I'll scoot this over. I'll be right back. Here we go. Okay, there was just one more thing that I didn't include, and that was these rails. And so as we get going, we see that we got some Mac rails, these little socket rails, little holders. And these ones obviously can hold some deeps and then some little mid-length, I would imagine, in here. And you can see how they hook onto the back. I'm sure we've all seen those. But anyways, inside that $64 bundle, I also got this. So that was one. And then we got another one, and this is a metric one. And so Mac Tools, and so this is for deep well. And so that's cool as well, right? And so I love that. So we got both of those bad boys. And then we got one more rail that was also included in that $64 Mac bundle. And that was this one here. So we can see that this one's probably all deep well as well. And voila, that's what we got. So I finished the video and I thought, well, I better come back and shoot this part. So anyways, I wanted to give you guys an update on that. All right, well, let me show you what I have in regards to Snap-on. And so I went through and hit this estate sale, picked up some tools that were super cheap that were Snap-on and other brands. And in fact, that set that I got for the Matco, I got that here as well. But sometimes on these estate sales, they set some stuff up towards the front. Well, this was a punch set that they put on there, but you can see they were going crazy. They were letting some stuff, like I got a Snap-on 11/16" wrench for $1, but then they were asking $100 for this. That was crazy, right? And so obviously we didn't pay $100, but nevertheless, that's the kind of scenario that we were facing at the time. And so if you're needing a part number, PAK 430470, it looks like. But anyways, that's the punch set. And so we'll put that just aside for just a second. From there, they also had another impact driver. And so this was Snap-on. And so as we went through and looked at this one here, we can see the Snap-on here, PIT 120. And so how cool is that, right? And so my goodness, I love that. I think that's cool. It comes in the kit and it's complete, I believe, or there might be a few other pieces that are missing. It says accessories and it says extra bits. So I don't have any of those. This is what it came up with here. And I don't know, well, there you go. There was $100 on this one too. So obviously the guy wasn't going to sell this. So what I did is that I waited till the very last day, and I wasn't the only one. I got beat out on another deal by another guy that I know. But I was able to score this. And so I was able to score the impact driver and these. They were asking $200, which in all reality, actually, this impact driver, by the way, brand new, I think it's $438 on the Snap-on truck. So I feel like, okay, we have some stuff to work with here. And then from there, let's see here, we had, they had a bunch of other types of sockets. Most of them were labeled, some of them were not. But as you can see, they were asking $30 for this swivel socket, 1/2" locking swivel socket here. And so, but anyway, so there's that. And then here's another Snap-on. They were asking $20. And these are prices that I would never pay. So what I did is that I went back and you can see $20 on that one. And so 20, 40, 60, 30. So they were going crazy, right? So I went back and here's a 3/8" swivel. And so I made him one offer on everything Snap-on that he had left in his area. Now this one's not even a Snap-on. Man, I got ripped. Can you believe it? Anyways, so I went through and made him one offer, and so this one was $30, 1/2" to 3/8, and the offer was $250 for all the rest of the Snap-on that we have here. So here's another little 3/8" it looks like metric, I believe, 10, yeah, a 10 in metric. So for everything he had left, so all of the stuff I'm showing you is what he had left on the at the last day of the estate sale. So you can see we have a nice little 6-point set right over here, and even some more 6-point. And so all of these actually are 6-point, and they're all 1/4" drive. And so I think some of them are metric and some of them are, I believe, let me turn this thing around and see. And so pull one out. All right, so this is 5/8, so this is SAE. I was thinking maybe I put them in order, but maybe not. And so this is 3/8, so maybe I didn't. But anyways, as you can see, they're all 1/4 inch, and this is what was part of that bundle as well. So let's see, the next pieces that we have, he had some impact sockets that were there. And so he had a set of these shallows impact. And so these are SAEs, I believe. Yep. So you can see a 13/16 on that side, but they're all matching. So that's kind of cool. I believe they are all matching, I believe. And so, but anyways, he had that set that was sitting there. And so I went through again and just offered the $250 and took it all away. And there was other people looking at it. But anyways, that's what I had. So in keeping going with what else we found there, I haven't cleaned these up at all, but they had a set of deep well snap-ons, and so impact sockets. And so how cool is that? Now these are all metric, I believe, or most of them are. Let me just pull one out here, see if I can. And so as we're looking at this, so this is an 18. And so they all look like they're metric, maybe except for this one. Let me pull that one out. And so, yeah, 19. So this, we got a whole set here of deep well snap-on impacts. And so, wow, what do you think about that? That's kind of killer, right? And so we got a set of shallows, a set of deeps, got some 1/4 inch, we got some punches, we got a impact driver. And let's see here, they had a few other things that were there that we pulled out, and let's see if I can pull it out for you here. So you can see that he had some extensions, and these are the locking extensions where it flips out that way and locks it in. And so, and then how you release those is you pull back on it, and that's what releases the socket. But anyways, this is an impact. You can see he was asking $50 for that one, and then $60 for that one. And so that's kind of crazy. And this one's bigger, but he was asking less money than this one. But anyway, it's the same kind of thing. And so impact with the locking extension. And this one is the locking extension as well. He was asking $40 for that one there. Again, $250. I did pay up, so I do realize that. But nevertheless, we got some killer things out of the bundle that way. All right, and so from there, let's see here. He also had a few other ones. He had another regular chrome extension, but this one, it looks like it's not. Yep, so it was in that pile. So I bought me a Taiwan 9 1/4 inch extension. But look at that, he was asking $40. Doggone it, I should have looked at that closer. And so, but nevertheless, it's all right. So we got all of this, and then it came with this long breaker bar. And so the model number on this one here, incidentally, let's see if we can look it up, SN 18A, so an 18-inch breaker bar. So he was asking $90 for that one, by the way. And so that was another one that he had there. Let's see here. He also had a couple of more things that were sitting there. So I need to kind of break these out. Let's see if I can get them over there. And so he had some other sockets, and so another impact sockets. And so this one here is, let's see, snap-on 7/8. So he's got a 7/8 there. And then we got a 5/8 here, and then we got, let's see here, 9/16, probably 1/2 inch, and there's a couple more. And so let's see here. So we had that here, and so 7/16, and then as we get going, the 3/8. So that's what we have. And then the only other pieces, well, I say that, the only other pieces, yeah, he had some more sockets. Let me dig these ones out first, I guess. And so with the other ones, as we're looking at this, we have some 6 points. And so as we're looking at this, we have a 7/8 inch. So FS281. So we have that one, and then we also have the FS261 and 13/16. And then as we get going, and so 221 and 11/16. And then we also have, let's see here, FS241. So this is a matching set. So that kind of goes there. And then this one was the straggler FS101. And so these are all 3/8 inch drive, by the way. Let's see here. We also had a whole nother set that, let me drag it over there real quick. And so we'll start off here with one that looks like an impact here. And so let's see, a snap-on, and it's a size 10 that we have there. So that's kind of cool. 3/8 inch, by the way, on all of these. So now if you look at these sockets, oh my goodness, they start off at 8, but I mean, this sucker is like new. They all look great. So there's a number 8. And then, of course, I think this one is probably a 9, if I'm not mistaken. And so it looks like a 9. And then what's our next size here that we have? Probably this one here. And so this one is going to be at 11. So I might be needing a 10 somewhere in here. So this is a 12. And so this is a 13. So I'm missing a 10. Can you believe that? Man, I didn't know I was missing one. All right, so I gotta hunt me down a number 10 somewhere. So as we get going, actually, you know what? Is this the 10 that I was missing earlier? Ah, there it is. I knew I had a 10. I thought I had a complete set. So anyways, there's that. And then this one here, it looks like a 14. So we'll put that just right there. And then this one is 15. So we'll scoot that there. 15, 16 perhaps, maybe. Yeah, 16, 3/8 inch. And then 17. And this one is 18. And then the last one that I have is a 19, I believe. And so voila, check that out. So I got a whole set of 3/8 non-skipping from, what did we say again? Was this a 7? Am I thinking that correctly? Do I remember that right? And so number 8, sorry. Number 8 all the way up to 19. And so complete set there. And then, of course, we got our partial set. We got this. We got our snap-on set back there of shallow, deep well. Our locking stuff there. We got 1/4 inch stuff there, deep well, impact sockets, another miscellaneous row of impact sockets that way. And then, so I got one more thing at that particular sale, I believe, or two more things, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And so, let's see here, what did I get? I think I got this ratchet. And so it's a 1/2 inch drive ratchet snap-on. And so as you can see here, that's what we have. And as we look at it here, it is a SH 936A. And so we have that bad boy in place now. So we got that going there. So voila. So that was part of the find that we had there, or part of that bundle that we made up there. And then a pair of pliers. And so put that just right over here. And again, this was a bundle that he had left. I paid $250. I don't know. What do you think? Did I overpay? Did I not? You let me know there. But anyways, along the road, as I've been migrating and kind of going here and there, and all of this stuff was just within the last 30 days or so. Not even that, probably 2-3 weeks, something like that. Found a couple others miscellaneous snap-on wrenches. Not the best condition. They need to be cleaned up. But anyways, these were like $1 or less, just because I found them at a garage sale. I picked up another pair of snap-on pliers, and check that out, man. That sucker's clean, clean, clean. So I love that. So I'll put that just right over here as well. And then have another pair of snap-on pump pliers. So as we see here, and so my goodness, so that makes 2 of these and 1 of these. And so we have that. And then I picked up at a different estate sale, there was a couple miscellaneous pieces that were sitting there. And so here's a breaker bar, a little 1/4-inch breaker bar, a little snap-on, a little TM10D, TM10D. And so, wow, so we got that bad boy there. Put that just right over here. And then I got this little 1/4-inch ratchet. And so as we get going, I probably need to clean this one up maybe just a little bit, but let's see what we can read on it here. So Snap-on MV 70, I believe. And so I'm thinking, let's see here. Let me grab one of these sockets here. Yeah, 1/4-inch. So that's what we have there. So 1/4-inch Snap-on ratchet. So put that just right over there by there. Let's see, what else did we find out in our journeys this last couple of weeks? Well, I think I was hunting along. If I'm not mistaken, I set this in this pile because I was thinking, yeah, there it is. An old school Snap-on speeder wrench, speeder bar. Man, look at that. And so I don't know if I can get it all in frame because I got so much stuff sitting on here. But this was added onto the Snap-on pile. So what do you think about that? So old school, that's going to help me build some sets. And then I got some screwdrivers here. So let me show you what I have this way. And as I went through, here's a red Snap-on that we have. So that's cool. Here's another one. That's a Phillips. That was a Phillips. Quite a bit smaller. Here's a little stubby Snap-on Phillips. Here's another red-handled Phillips. And then here's one that is a Phillips as well, but it is black. I haven't cleaned it up or anything. And so that's what we're looking at there. This one does have a little bit of knurling on here, so that's kind of different. So I thought that was kind of cool, so we'll set that right there. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot about these. I picked up some miscellaneous sockets at a different sale. And all of this, I'm estimating I got about $300, a little over $300 in besides that, or including everything that you're seeing here. So an old Snap-on here. And so this one here is 11/16. So that there, found a deep well one, 7/16. Here's a 1/2-inch drive. And this one is a 9/16. And then this one here is a 9/16. And then I got one more socket, I think, here, 1/2-inch. So those are just some miscellaneous bits and pieces. And then let's see here, got some little knickknacks. So let me grab this stuff real quick and show you what I got. And so picked this up at a different garage sale. Check that out. Man, is that cool or what? Look at that ratchet on that socket there, and then a guy in the back, he's using it. Little Snap-on keychain thing. This one on this side says Snap-on, the choice of all industry. And so, man, look at that. Is that cool or what? Show you this guy a little bit up close, a little bit more. Goodness, beautiful piece, isn't it? So that is just killer. I don't even know where to put it because I'm running out of space here. So put it right back here for just a moment. This guy also, the guy that I picked up a couple other pieces from, he had these matchbooks, some old Snap-ons. And so I thought, man, that's pretty cool. It says Kansas City branch on this side, next to Kansas. Same thing on this one, so it was a matching set. And so, man, not only are they Snap-on, but they're Kansas portion as well, or have some Kansas references on there. So love that. And so picked up a couple keys from that guy. Check this out. A little screwdriver with a little wrench 6-point on this side, a little Snap-on. Man, that is awesome, right? And so here's the other side, Snap-on USA. So that's cool. So we have that. And then while I was there, he also had this one here. And so this is a Proto. And so as you can see there, Proto Professional with the little key. Now I'm looking for one just like this, but with the plum. And I just can't find the plum out in the wild. And my search continues for that one. Okay, let's see here. I got a few more pieces. Man, Snap-on was falling out of the sky for me like crazy, I got to tell you. And so these are still tied together. But picked up these mugs. As you can see, they're like a big socket. And then they also have these half moon wrenches right there. And so as handles. So this was a 100-year anniversary. And so they got a matching set of those. So how cool is that? And get this, I think you can still see it. It says $5. Man, I picked those up for $5. Can you believe that? And so I'm loving on that part there. So I'll put that right over here on this side. See, yesterday, actually, I picked up this guy. And so I know you're probably thinking, why'd you pick that up? I know. And so I thought I had a repair kit with the faceplate, but apparently I just have the repair kit and not the faceplate. But I contacted the Snap-on dealer here, and Terry and Kristina are going to order me one. So anyways, we'll put this bad boy back together. But the part of the reason why I picked it up is, check that out. It's the matching one, but in 3/8. So this is a 1/2 inch working. This will be the 3/8 working with the same handle and the matching type that way. So man, that's killer, right? Let's see here. As I was out and about, I also discovered this bad boy. Let's see if I can show it to you. And so it's a Snap-on t-shirt, 100-year, where I picked up those mugs. You can see I paid $5. I paid $5 for the mugs, $5 for this. And so, man, so I got me a nice Snap-on black t-shirt as we get going, and love that. All right, let's see what else I have here. Yesterday, I was at an estate sale. And they actually closed at noon. I did not realize that. And I went into the backyard. The garage was open. And it was actually 2 houses, one to the south, one to the north. And they were emptying out the garage to the south into the garage to the north because it was quite a bit bigger. And so the gentleman didn't say anything to me. He just said, yeah, look around. Well, the lady who was running the sale, she says, sir, did they not tell you we were closed? I said, no, I didn't know that. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll make it quick. And so she was wanting me to get out of there because they were transferring items. Well, some of the items that they were transferring were some of the tools. And this is the first time that south garage had been open. So anyways, here's a Snap-on 3/8 1/4 inch. And so that's going to help make another set. Here's another Snap-on 7/16 shallow. Let's see what this one is. And this is a 1/2 inch shallow. So there's some there. I got another one that's a 3/8 inch shallow. And so got another shallow here. And so another 3/8. And then we also have this deep well in 9/16. So I picked up those sockets. Let's see here. I think that's all my Snap-on that I picked up. Actually, what I did is that I threw a bunch of stuff into a bag or a box. Actually, there was already in a box. And the lady came up to me. She goes, "Sir, we are closed. You got to go." And I said, "Okay. Let me just grab my box and I'll get out of here." And so I didn't even give her an option. At least I tried not to. And so I grabbed the box, took it up towards the front, and I put it with the other tools that I have, some SK and some other things that I had. And I said, "Hey, how much do I owe you so I can let you guys go?" And the guy told me $20 for those sockets that I just put over here. And also inside there was this ratcheting wrench here. So we can see that it is a 1/4 inch and 5/16. And man, this sucker's clean too, right? And so we have that one. It was also in that box another pair of pliers. Man, look at that. Another pair of pliers that was sitting there. So again, it was $20. Let me grab the rest. And so from there, I had some wrenches. And this was the smallest one of the wrenches. And so this is a 1/4 inch. So they had that. I don't even know where I'm going to put all this stuff. 3/8, and then, or no, that was 1/4. This is a 3/8. So one of them I noticed had a little bit of maybe condition, surface rust, maybe a little bit. I don't know if it's that one or not. But anyway, so it was a 3/8 there. See, there was another one that's here. It says 5/16. Yeah, 5/16. So that was another snap-on. So I got a total of 6 wrenches, it looks like. So the next size up is going to be this one, 7/16. And so that is pretty cool. And then let's see here. So we have 5/8. And so that's nice. I don't have a complete set. I just grabbed the box. And man, there was other stuff I wish I would have been able to look through, but she didn't let me. And so I was trying to be respectful, and then I had to go. So there's that. Let's see here, a few other things. There's just 4 more things. You'll notice here that I got a little adjustable wrench. So that's a snap-on as well. And so, wow, that's pretty cool. I don't think I have one like that. So that was a real nice find. And then there was a little pick. And so with this pick that we have here, let's see if I can get it the right side up, the correct way. Let's see here. And so we have a snap-on, there's a model number, and here's the pick portion of it. And so, as you can see, that's pretty nice. And it matches, it's red actually. And so from there, they had a couple ratcheting screwdrivers. As you can see right here, this is one of them. And so, man, that sucker works nice, doesn't it? Wow, love that. And so that was killer. So we have that. And then they had this little T-handle snap-on as well. And so, my goodness, a little ratcheting screwdriver. Wow, look at that. So it goes back the other way, smooth as butter. Man. All right, let's see here. I think, oh no, actually, I say that this is what I got in the last 30 days. Let me pan out just a little bit so you can see all of it. And so this is what I got in the haul of the tool truck brands. So again, we got some Matco, we got some Cornwell. Let's see here, what else did we get? Some Mac. We can't forget about the Mac stuff that's there. And then all this snap-on that we had. Now, the only other thing I can think of that I got is actually in this drawer in here. In fact, let me pull this one out. Let me show you. I've been waiting all year long because I've been wanting this for quite some time. I just haven't had the chance to put it together or to get it because of the time of year. And so I went ahead and jumped on the Snap-on truck, and man, I've always wanted some pink handled tools. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October is, and so I grabbed a set of those. I haven't even put them out of the package yet. I don't know if I will. But anyway, so there are those that I picked up, and so there's that. Let's see here, I'll put this back in the drawer, and then let me grab you the other package if I can, which I can't. In fact, let me get the camera turned around and I'll show you what the other one consists of. All right, well, that's what I got. Again, we got some Matco, we got some Cornwell, we got some Mac, got some Snap-on. I got to tell you, tool brands, tool brands were just falling out of the sky and landing in my lap in the last 30 days. So again, my goodness, there is our haul of these major tool brands that we have here. So I don't know, what do you think? Think about it for just a second. Do you have a favorite? And by the way, out of all the brands that are here, the Matco, the Cornwell, the Mac, or the Snap-on, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite brand? Or do you prefer one brand over another when it comes to tool truck brands that way? These kind of major brands? Anyways, think about that. Let me get the camera turned around and get reset up. We'll be right back here. All right, we are back. Man, goodness. What do you think about that? Is that crazy or what? All this Snap-on that we got here, literally $2.50, I think is what it was. And then all this other stuff, just miscellaneous here and there. You know, $5 here, $5 there. I kid you not, I'm estimating right about just about 300, a little over 300 for all of that. So there's that. The Mac, all those sockets, those complete set, or I think it's pretty complete set. We're pretty close. And then the other partial sets, all of the Mac, and then the pliers, $64. The Mac Co was 15 and 15, so 30 bucks in that. The Cornwell's 25 bucks for that bundle there. And then the last thing, remember I told you that I bought a few things? Well, I already showed you one of them, right? And so that was the pliers that we had here. I just thought, you know what, those are kind of cool. Those will be a nice addition onto the into the box, just to kind of show it off just a little bit. And so especially as we get going and doing some work on some of that. The other thing that I bought for breast cancer awareness was this pink screwdriver set as we get going here. And so as you can see, pretty neat looking. And so not that I'll ever use them. I got so many stinking screwdrivers. Again, it was just because of the pink aspect. That's the reason why I got it there. So I spent more money on that than anything else. Probably, well, for sure, more money on that than I did all of this. So it's, you know what? It was pink. It only comes around once a year. And so that's the reason why I did it. Anyways, that's what I got. So in the last 30 days, it's just been piling up a little bit here, a little bit there. I've been kind of putting it in sections, and I just thought, you know what? I got to get it off my toolbox top there and go from there. All right, guys, what do you think? Did you have a favorite? A lot of brands here in it. And so, man, I got to tell you, as I'm working on them and cleaning them up, they all have some good things about them. Well, anyways, that's what we got for you on the show today. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching all the way to the end. It's your first time here. Boy, I got to tell you, please hit like, please hit subscribe. Come join the fun. We're doing things like this. We are finding some really good deals out there. This last 30 days just happens to be tool truck brands. Man, I can't even believe it. All right, there you go. I better stop while I'm ahead. All right, until next time, we'll see you on the next one.